use it in Krishna's service. He is not a miser. Oh, very good. So the recording has started. So he is not a miser. So in the previous verse, if you see what was given, Krishna says, become transcendental. 45th verse, Krishna says to Arjuna, become transcendental. Whatever activities or the traditions are given is as per one's guna. Different types of worships are according to the gunas. Krishna says, Nistraigunyo bhava Arjuna. Traigulnyaha vishayan veda, Nistraigunyo bhava Arjuna, Nirdvando nitya sattvasto, Niryogakshema matmavan. Various traditions are done so that one gets protection and gain. But this protection and gain is only materialistic. That is why Krishna says Niryogakshema. Because Yogakshema Vahamyam is there in the Bhagavad Gita. In real sense, one should understand it is Krishna who gives us the protection. That is why if you see in the purport last line, be completely dependent, fully dependent on that great will of Krishna. So here, Yavan Artha Udapane Sarvataha Sampratodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanataha. What work other wells can do, different wells are there for doing different purposes. But if a person goes to the great reservoir of water, all the things, whatever is done in the other wells can be accomplished. In the same way, whatever traditions are there to get different benefits from different devatas can be easily got if a person understands the will of Krishna or the essence of Vedas. Whatever benefits we are getting is also again from Krishna only. He is the source of all devatas. Okay, Jai Shri, you have read? No, you read. Jai Shri. 46th verse, 2.46.
Hare Krishna. Yavanartha udapane sarvata samplutotake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata.
Yeah, read.
Translation. All purposes served by the small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purpose of Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. Purport. The rituals and sacrifices mentioned in the Karma Kanda division of the Vedic literature are meant to encourage gradual development of self-realization. And the purpose of self-realization is clearly stated in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 15:15. The purpose of studying the Vedas is to know Lord Krishna, the primeval cause of everything. So self-realization means understanding Krishna and one's eternal relationship with him. The relationship of the living entities with Krishna is also mentioned in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 15.7. The living entities are part and parcel of the Krishna. Therefore, revival of Krishna consciousness by the individual living entity is the highest perfectional stage of Vedic knowledge.
Okay, 15.7 speaks about Mamaivansho Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatane. Everyone is servant of Krishna.
Krishna.
Everyone is Amsha of Krishna. 15.15 speaks about Vedeshta Sarve Ahami Vivetya. Vedanta Krudveda Devachaham. Through the Vedas, I am to be known. I am the source of Vedas. Krishna says Vedas emanate from me. So through the Vedas, Krishna has to be known. So in this way, here there is a verse which is put from Bhagavatam. Aho batasha pacho tokarya yajjivage vardhate namasubhyam tepas tapaste juvushashurarya brahmanushanam. Very wonderful verse. Aho batashva pacho tokaryan. He is Shwapacha. Shwa means dog. Pacha means eater. He is coming from this family, dog eaters family. But yet Jivagni Vartate Namatobhyam, he is always chanting the holy name of Krishna. On the other, that means it is understood. What it is understood, that this person has already, if he is performing so much Gautam, mute your phone. How to make someone mute? I don't know. These all things are very poor. Okay, I'll try to.
Mataji, there are more करके ना option है ना बाजू में screen के.
See, I have learned now.
Yeah. Okay.
First time I'm learning something. Huh? Very good. Okay. Aho pataswa pacho togaria. If a person is a dog eater and he is coming from the dog eater's family, he's always chanting the name of Krishna. It is understood that he has done tapasya. Tepus tapaste. He has done a lot of penances. Jhuva Shashnurarya. It is understood that he knows the goal of life. He has studied the Vedas many times. Brahmanuchur Nama Grihantiyete, because he's very much interested, and he's the best of the Aryan family, is very much interested in chanting the holy name of Krishna. And it is also understood that he has gone to various holy places of pilgrimage, because he's chanting the holy name of Krishna very nicely. So such a person, even though born in a low-class family, but he is considered as the best of the Aryan family. Okay, from here, Aruna, you read. So one must be
Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord, a person who is chanting your holy name, although born of a low family like that of Chandala, dog eater, is situated on the highest platform of self-realization. Such a person must have performed all kinds of penitence and sacrifice according to Vedic rituals and studied the Vedic literature many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas without being attached to the ritual only, and must not desire to be elevated to the heavenly kingdom for a better quality of sense gratification. It is possible for the common man is to age is to follow the rules and the regulation of the Vedic rituals, nor it is possible to study all the Vedanta and the Upanishad thoroughly. It requires much time, energy, knowledge, and resources to execute the purposes of the Vedas. This is hardly possible in this age. The best purpose of the Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy name of the Lord as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all the fallen souls. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by the great Vedic scholar Prakash,
Prakashananda
Praka-
Saraswati.
Prakashananda Saraswati, why he, the Lord, was chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying the Vedanta philosophy. The Lord replied that his spiritual master had found him to be the great fool and thus asked him to chant the holy name by the Lord Krishna. He did so and became the ecstatic like a madman. In this age of Kali, the most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand the Vedanta philosophy. The best purpose of the Vedanta philosophy is served by
Inoffensively.
inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author and the knower of the Vedanta philosophy is the Lord Krishna. And the highest Vedantist is the great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of the Vedic mystic, mystics,
Mysticism.
mysticism. Sorry. Hare
In
Krishna.
Prabhupada's purpose, we find such words now which we have never come across. The mysticism. So, highest mysticism. What is the highest mysticism of Vedas? To understand that where the Vedas end, Bhakti begins. Veda Antaha, Bhakti Vedanta. Bhakti. That is why you see every chapter ends with thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purpose. So Bhakti Vedanta here refers to Srila Prabhupada. His name is also Bhakti Vedanta. Bhakti Vedanta also refers to whatever chapter, the conclusion of every chapter is Bhakti. Veda Antaha, where Vedas end, logics end, your Tark and Vitark and all these logics end, there Bhakti begins. Bhakti cannot be like you cannot prove Bhakti by your mundane logics. That is why where Nyaya and all these things end, where your logics end, there Bhakti begins. Now here Prakashananda Saraswati tells to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's effulgence, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting in the place where the utensils were washed, and there were scholars who were sitting. This all happened in Varanasi. They were all scholars, Vedantists, who were sitting with Prakashananda Saraswati and discussing about Vedantas. They were speaking about the Vedas. There, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting in the place where vessels were washed. And the effulgence which is coming out of the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prakashananda Saraswati could identify that this person is not an ordinary person. He says, why are you sitting there and chanting? Why are you chanting like a sentimentalist? Come and discuss about the Vedas. He says, my Guru told that I am a foolish person. That is why he has given me the solution to chant the holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord himself. And he says, you fools, you all are discussing the subjects. But the essence of all the subject is bhakti. The essence of all the subject is chanting the holy name of Krishna. The 47th verse, for which there is a lot of misunderstanding. If you tell somebody, please chant, they will tell you, karmanye vadikaraste. Only this much they know. Not even if they know the whole verse, they don't know the meaning of the verse. So this is a highly misunderstood verse. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalheturbo ma te sangosto karmani. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalheturbo ma te sangosto karmani. The most highly misunderstood verse. So, karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Your adhikara is to do karma, Krishna says. Sometimes you say, please chant. What is the answer they give? No. The Lord has told to perform karma. Krishna says, yes, your adhikara is to do karma. But what type of karma? Where you don't have any expectation for the results. Karmanye vadikaraste. Your adhikara is to do the karma. Don't expect any results. Don't expect any results. Ma phaleshu kadachana. So somebody doesn't expect any results, then what happens? Immediately he thinks, oh, let me not do any work. Ma karma phala heturbu. Don't consider yourself to be the cause. Now see, Krishna says don't expect results also. Don't consider yourself the cause also. Generally we take a pride. Oh, I have done. My children are studying because I have made them study. So sometimes we have a wrong understanding. We consider ourselves to be the cause of all the work. That's our problem. We consider ourselves the cause of all the work. The Krishna says, don't consider yourself as a cause of work. Now, if the results are also not there, one should not consider himself the cause also. Then he will be really demotivated. There is no motivation at all. Then a person may stop doing the work. Then Krishna says, Mate sangos akarmani. Don't become a karmi. You perform your work, but the results are not yours. The results again are not dependent on your work, nor you are the cause or the reason of the work. That doesn't mean that you become demotivated and stop doing the work. No. So on what platform is this? Because you go to office. When you go to office, naturally, why you're going to office? To earn some money. And suddenly, whole month you're working very nicely. And the last day of the month, your boss says, Karmanyevadhikarasте ma phaleshu kadachana. What will he do? You'll slap him, isn't it? You'll slap him. Tomorrow our Balaji Prabhu tells to all the workers, Shilpa Mataji is the proprietor of the company. Ask Balaji Prabhu to tell to all the workers, the last day of the month, no salary. Why no salary? Because your adhikara is to work, but your adhikara is not there on the fruits of the work. Don't consider yourself to the cause of the work. Because he may say your company is growing because of our hard work. No, you don't consider yourself to be the cause of the work. Then what is the motivation left for the workers? Will he come to the next month to work with you in your office? No. So this verse is not on the materialistic platform, because in the materialistic platform, you generally have a target, a goal set. There is a right to work. Then there is a right for the results. Duties go side by side with the results. Understand this verse very nicely. If I tell I have done my duty, generally parents say, I have done my duty, then you should get the results. Isn't it? Then what is the difference between a parent and a maid servant? Maid servant also does her duty and she stands in your house for the salary. Maid servant and mother, there is a lot of difference. Mother cooks, maid servant also cooks. When mother cooks and the child says, Mama, I want another one chapati. At that time, mother is very happy. Why just ask one chapati? I'll give you 2 chapatis. But if the maid servant is cooking and the child says, oh, bhai, मेरे को और एक चपाती दो. She says, पेटू कितना खाता है? चपाती बना बना के मैं थक गई. There's a lot of difference because there is no bhava which comes out. There is a waiter in the hotel who is doing his duty and he gets the rights for his duties, that is payment. But if the parents say, I have done my duty, that means he should have measured even the liters of milk which he has fed to the child. No mothers do that. So what mother does is love. For love, there is no results expected. And love is not there in this material world. In this material world, so-called parental affection is also lust. What is the meaning of lust? Lust means expectation. The moment parents do so much for the children, they expect, oh, हमारे बुढ़ापे में भी हमारे बच्चे हमको ध्यान देना चाहिए. So there is expectation. So that is why there is no relationship which has love in this material world. If you stop giving tea to your husband, herbal tea, I'm not talking this tea, herbal tea, your husband will drive you out of the house. If the husband stops giving payment in the house, wife will also run away from the house. So there is expectation in the relationship of this material world. Only with Lord, there is no expectation. There is no material expectation. So Krishna says, come to this platform of activity, where this activity is done keeping Krishna in the center. When you keep Krishna in the center and you feed Krishna every day, then whoever takes that prasadam, that is Krishna's property. Generally we say, हमने इतने लोगों को खिलाया. What is the use? You are not feeding. If you are giving Krishna prasadam, it is not you who is feeding. It is Krishna who is feeding. You became a nimitta to offer to Krishna. So that is why do all the activities keeping Krishna in the center. In the purport, I'm spending more time in this verse because this verse is a highly misunderstood verse. So Krishna is not talking about karma. Krishna is talking about karma yoga. Even in this materialistic life where we say about karma, there are 3 types of karma. Write down. Even in the materialistic life, just about karma, we are not talking about karma yoga. We are talking about karma. There are 3 types of karma. One is, बोलिए कर्म बोलिए, 3 टाइप ऑफ कर्म बोलिए. अच्छा, वापस आपको भक्ति शास्त्री कराती हूँ. 3 टाइप ऑफ कर्म. सकाम कर्म ही, बोलिए 3 टाइप ऑफ कर्म। देखो 3, the old 2 batches before Bhakti Shastri student, now they're doing Bhakti vibe. I have to restart. 3 types of karma. You want to see who? Bade Prabhu. 3 types of karma. So what are the 3 types of karma? What you do every day is known as nitya karma. नित्य कर्म, बच्चे का चड्डी धोना है, ठीक है, ये नित्य कर्म है, रोज बच्चे का चड्डी धोते हैं। Does mother put in WhatsApp, आज मैंने बच्चे का चड्डी धोया? She does that? No, no. There is no nitya karma where you don't have much expectation at all. Every day you have to cook. Every day you feed your husband, but he may tell good, he may not tell good. You are not expecting also anything from him. You feed him and you think when he'll go out. You are not interested in knowing the result at all. Every day you pack dabba for your children. You are not much interested in the result. That is known as nitya karma, which you have to do. Every day you comb your hairs. Nitya karma. Every day you take bath. What is the expectation? No, every day they are doing. Nitya karma. Every day you are doing. Very negligible expectation is there. Negligible. Something is known as, ध्यान से सुनिए, पहला क्या था? नित्य कर्म, रोज आपको करना, डेली करना, जिसको एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं रहता। नैमित्तिक कर्म, नैमित्तिक कर्म, somebody is dead, you go to the emergency work. Somebody's wedding is there. Naimittika karma. That is what? Sometimes emergency. In the olden times, I still remember in my marriage, somebody was sitting and writing. I asked, why they sit and write? Whatever gifts are coming, we should write, so that when you go to their marriage, you should give. I was thinking, after 10 years, if you go, the value of 100 rupees will become 1,000 rupees. So people used to write. Now I'm 55, got married 21. That means how many years before? 34 years before. No, 34 years before. People used to sit and write. He gave me this. He gave me that. So when I go to their house, I will also give. That is known as Naimittika karma. Len den. Emergency work. Then something is known as Kamya karma. Kamya karma. I like to go in the bars and sit. I like what I do. I will do what I like. I like to go to some pubs. I like it. Whether it is good for me or not, I am least bothered. Whatever I like, I will do. That is known as Kamya karma, desired work. So now see, even in the karma, there are 3 types. Nitya karma, Naimittika karma, Kamya. Kamya karma need not be bad karma. Kamya karma means I like it. That is why I am doing. Desired work. Whatever I like. It is not an emergency. I do what I like. So out of these 3, Krishna says, at least, even if you're not becoming transcendental to the 3 modes of material nature, at least try to do your duty, your work as a Nitya karma. You are a Kshatriya. At least perform your duty as a matter of duty. At least perform as a matter of duty. Where you will be least bothered about the results, less expectations about the result. Okay? But now, this verse is not speaking about Nitya karma. This verse is speaking about Nishkama karma yoga. Nishkama karma yoga. Don't expect any results. This can only happen at the platform of love. Even in this material world, the highest love what we can find is the mother's love to the baby. Mother feeds the milk, but never measures how much milk I have given. So maximum that much we can find. But in other all relationships, there is always an expectation. So this verse is not on karma. This verse is on karma yoga. Yoga means how to connect everything in Krishna's service. Okay. So Saurabh Prabhu, read the verse and read whole translation.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूर्मा ते संगो karmani. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Purport. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Prescribed duties are activities enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. Capricious work means actions without the sanction of authority, and inaction means not performing one's prescribed duties. The Lord advised that Arjuna not be inactive, but that he perform his prescribed duty without being attached to the result. One who is attached to the result of his work is also the cause of the action. Thus, he is the enjoyer or sufferer of the results of such action. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they can be fitted into three subdivisions, namely routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of the spiritual injunctions without desire for results is action in the mode of goodness. Work with the results become the cause of bondage. Therefore, such a work is not auspicious. Everyone has his proprietary right in regard to prescribed duties, but should act without attachment to the result. Such disinterested obligatory duties doubtlessly lead one to the path of liberation.
Such disinterested obligatory duty, very important. Disinterested, that means there is no cause for it. There is no motives for it. Disinterested obligatory duty. Perform as an obligation. Simple.
Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight
the path of liberation. Yes.
Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the result. His non-participation in the battle is another side of attachment. Such attachment never leads one to the path of salvation. Any attachment, positive or negative, is cause for bondage. Inaction is sinful. Therefore, fighting as a matter of duty was the only auspicious path of salvation for Arjuna.
Yes, fighting as a matter of duty. Krishna says, if you cannot understand Nishkama Karma Yoga, at least fight as a matter of duty. Do as a matter of duty. Then 48th verse. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhaya siddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. It's actually siddhi asiddhayoho. But while reading, you cannot just do like this. Siddhi asiddhayoho. Siddhaya siddhayoho bhut samo bhutva yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhaya siddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Krishna says, what is yoga? People have the board, yoga class. Immediately, we are immediately interested. Let me go to yoga class. Yoga class means some pranayam will be taught, some asana will be taught, my stomach will go inside, I'll become fed, I'll become very beautiful, good looking. Yoga. What is the meaning of yoga? Just see, no yoga class will teach this. They should put this verse, Yogastaha kuru karmani. Krishna says, be occupied in yoga. Occupied. First, yogastaha means be occupied. Kuru karmani. Yogastaha. Yogastaha. Staha means be situated in yoga. That means connect yourself to Krishna. Yunja. This word yunja is the root word for yoga. Connection, bridging, the gap between matter and spirit, that is known as yoga. Bridging the gap, that is known as yoga. Perform your activities. Sangam tyaktvaha dhananjaya. Give up all attachment. Give up all attachment. Oh, mera parivar, mera pati, mera bacha. Come out of all this nonsense. Even the pigs have so many piglets. But at least they are more self-realized, isn't it? Pigs, at least in one stage, they give up their children. But humans, even if they are in the dying, oh, mera bacha ka jo tarakki hai, oh, mera tarakki hai. This all, at least pigs are better than us. Come out of all this so-called attachment. Sometimes we take a false pride on all the false success in our life. Animals are better. That is why Bhagavad Gita is not for animals, for us. And we take false pride in our success. So here, Yogastha, Krishna says, come out of all these attachments. Taktva, give up. Siddhi, asiddhi. There will be success, there will be failure. Give up. Be occupied, Krishna says. Somebody asked, very nice, there was a video which was put. That explanation about Karmanyavadikaraste, one of the Prabhuji was giving, very nice explanation. You are endeavoring in Krishna consciousness, even though it is a failure. Somehow, be occupied. Every endeavor in Krishna consciousness need not be successful. At least you have a satisfaction. I have endeavored. Leave it to Krishna. If he wants, he will keep you successful. If he wants, he will make you glorious so that you can be of use in Krishna consciousness. If he wants, he can defame you so that you can come out of your vices. If my glory makes me pride, gives me pride, then Krishna can remove our glory. But just work in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes in Krishna consciousness, you become very famous. But that famous, if you become very famous, and if that fame is giving me pride, then how am I going to advance? So at that time, there may be some failure. Good. That is also good. But progress in Krishna, just work in Krishna consciousness. Don't expect any results. There may be success, there may be failure. There may be people who will scorn you, who will criticize you, who will blame you. There will be some person who will wash your feet, who will be praising you, and there may be person who may be thrashing you. But in all the situations, just work, be occupied, and that is yoga. Don't get carried away. Sometimes you see there may be preacher who may have lakhs and lakhs of followers, and he may be feeling, oh, so much of fame. Good. If he has fame to improve someone, very good. If Krishna is giving that fame so that the person may improve the whole world, wonderful. If something Krishna is removing, and that is for higher cause, understand, if Krishna is removing also, that will be for some higher cause. Like sometimes we are thrown out of the temple. Then you will think, hey, what is this? I'm thrown out of the temple. Let me give up Krishna consciousness. No, understand, there is a reason behind it. Krishna has a big door open for you to work in Krishna consciousness. So always understand it. Whenever there is a failure is a stepping stone for success. Understand, Krishna has plans for you. When there is a lot of success, understand, there is again a plan for this success. Be just instrument of Krishna. We just have to be an instrument in the hands of Krishna. If this is understood, then this verse is understood. That is known as yoga. Krishna says that is known as yoga. Yogastha kurum karmani. Sangam tektva dhananjay. Give up all attachment. Attachment should be only to Krishna and connecting everyone in Krishna's service. If that is there, wonderful. Siddhya siddhayo. There will be success, there will be failure. Samaha. Be peaceful in all the situations. Sometimes we'll have lot of praises, lot of success. Sometimes nothing. Bhutva samatvam yoga icchate. In all the situations, just surrender to your spiritual master and do what your spiritual master says. The best solution is just be surrendered to your spiritual master. Whatever your spiritual master says, and who is a spiritual master? Who has these qualities? If a spiritual master doesn't have these qualities, he himself is affected. What type of spiritual master there? That is why your Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru should have these qualities. Then you can call in real sense he is a Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. If his person is into fame, pride, name, fame, then how can he be a Shiksha Guru? If only success is wanted and a failure is not desired. No, you don't have to desire even failure. You don't have to desire even success. Just serve Krishna in all the circumstances. That is most important. Okay. Anshul, Prabhu, please read the verse. If you are in the office.
Sorry, I am attending from office. I don't have book.
No problem. Shilpa, read the verse.
Yogastha kuru karmani.
Yogasthane, yogastha, yogastha.
Yogastha kuru karmani. Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Siddhya siddho samo bhutva. Samatvam yoga uchyate.
Very nice.
Perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. Krishna tells Arjuna that he should act in yoga. And what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever disturbing senses. And who is the Supreme? The Supreme is the Lord. And because he himself is telling Arjuna to fight, Arjuna has nothing to do with the results of the fight. Gain or victory are Krishna's concern. Arjuna is simply advised to act according to the dictation of Krishna. Krishna's dictation is practiced in the process called Krishna consciousness. By Krishna consciousness, only can one give up the sense of proprietorship. One has to become the servant of Krishna or the servant of Krishna. That is the right way to discharge duty in Krishna consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, and as such, he is participating in the Varnashrama Dharma institution. It is said in the Vishnu Purana that in the Varnashrama Dharma, the whole aim is to satisfy Vishnu. No one should satisfy himself, as is the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So, unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashrama Dharma. Indirectly, Arjuna was advised to act as Krishna told him. Hare Krishna.
So if one satisfies Krishna, how to satisfy Krishna? By serving the Vaishnavas, by chanting his name. You cannot directly go to Krishna. Krishna can be achieved by the association of Vaishnavas. So it's very important. Love the name of Krishna, love the form of Krishna, love the qualities of Krishna, love the leelas of Krishna, love the devotees of Krishna. You love the devotees of Krishna, automatically Krishna says, I am achieved. You just have to love the devotees. Aradhananam api sarvesham Vishnu aradhanam param. Tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. Lord Shiva tells to Parvati, he says, Aradhananam api sarvesham. Among all the Aradhana, Vishnu aradhanam param. Vishnu aradhana is the topmost. Beyond even Vishnu aradhana, Tasmat parataram devi, love the devotees of Krishna. If you love devotees of Krishna, that is enough to progress in devotional service. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he sees Sanatana Goswami, he says, my perfection of my eyes is to see you. But sometimes we, out of enviousness, we go to temple with a frowning face. Whom did I see today? Hey, you love the Vaishnavas, love the devotees. That is more important. Don't bring all the materialistic thing in the temple. Love all the devotees. Love to see the devotees. Whatever he may be, at least he's chanting one round. He may not be a 16-rounder chanting, at least he has taken shelter of Krishna. There are levels in devotional service. Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. Even a Kanishta devotee comes chanting his faith in Krishna, love to see him. So that is more important. So last verse for today. Can we take this? Now you have time in time. I can take it in 9 o'clock also. Durena yavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanaman vichha kripanaha palahetavah. Durena yavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhayo sharanam buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanaman vichha kripanaha palahetavah. This is the verse which confused Arjuna. Till now he was digesting, okay, karmanye vadikaraste, do as a matter of duty, do as a matter of duty. He was ready to do as a matter of duty. Suddenly Krishna says, Durena yavaram karma, keep all abominable activities at a far distance. And what is the most abominable duty for Arjuna? Killing his own people. He thought Krishna is speaking this. Durena yavaram karma, buddhi yoga dhananjaya. Hey, Dhananjaya, apply your buddhi. Apply your buddhi. Buddhau sharanam anvichha. Buddhau sharanam anvichha. In this way, in that consciousness, surrender to Lord. Kripanaha phala hetavaha. Only kripanaha, only misers are interested in results. War means results. Now Arjuna thought, oh, what Krishna is saying. Buddhau sharanam anvichha. With that intelligence, surrender to Krishna. I am ready to surrender to Krishna. Am I miser? Krishna says, only misers expect the results. And war means result. Either victory or defeat. So what should I do? Krishna says, keep all the abominable activities in a far distance. Just one step before Krishna told, perform as a matter of duty. Oh, Krishna, what should I do? This is the most important verse, 47, 49. Mark it and keep behind your book. 47 and 49. Because this 47 and 49 verse was spoken by Krishna, third chapter started. Third chapter is because of the confusion which aroused in understanding 47, 49. Now, which abominable activity Krishna tells to keep at a far distance? Those activities where we put our brain, we put our thought, we put our likes. You have no in the share, likes, dislikes. When Krishna says there, you cannot say like and dislike. In your mobiles, you have share, likes, dislikes. That cannot be done. Whatever Krishna says, accept. If Krishna says fight, we have to accept it. That Krishna says, keep abominable thought processes aside. Buddhau sharanam anvichha. With your intelligence, surrender to Krishna. If you do that, there you are not expecting any fruits. Kripanaha phala hetava. Why you have choice? Because you want some results. Like if the Guru says, you do this, one has to do that. There you don't have any choice of what you're going to achieve. No. So Krishna says, just listen to what I say. Don't think about the results. Kripanaha, only Kripanaha. What is the meaning of Kripana? 2.7 we discussed. Yova etad aksharam gargi aviditvasma lokat praiti sa Kripanaha. Yova etad aksharam gargi aviditvasma. Those who don't know the value of life and living like cat and dog, they are Kripanaha. What is cat and dog philosophy? I and mine. Agyanaha. Aham mama iti agyanaha. So connect that verse 2.7 purport about Kripanaha. Because Arjuna asked that I am karpanya doshoho pahatas svabhava. I am suffering from a disease known as Kripanataha. Kripanataha means what? Miserliness. In the miserliness, I am not able to utilize my buddhi. Krishna says, Buddhau sharanam anvichha. Surrender all your intelligence to me. I give you the knowledge. So when I tell you something, just listen. Just listen. Don't put your brains. Durena yavaram karma. Keep all those thought processes at a far distance. That was what Krishna meant. But Arjuna thought something else. That is how he is confused. Okay. Kalash Mataji, read the verse.
Durena
Yavaram.
Durena hevara
Karma. Yavaram karma.
Havaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya
Buddhau sharanam
Buddhau
anvichha.
sharanam anvichham
Anvichha.
anvichham
Kripanaha
Kripanaha
phala hetava.
hetava. O Dhananjay, keep all abdominal activities far distance by devotional service, and in this consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers. One who has actually come to understand one's constitutional position as an eternal servant of the Lord gives up all engagements save working in Krishna consciousness. As already explained, Buddhi Yoga means transcendental loving service to the Lord. Such devotional service is the right course of action for the living entity. Only misers desire to enjoy the fruits of their own work just to be further entangled in the material bondage. Except for their work in the Krishna consciousness, all activities are abdominal.
Abominable.
Abominable, because they continuously bind the
Actually,
worker
who
to
reads
the
Prabhupada books,
cycle
now I can master in English also.
yes, the worker to the cycle of birth and death. One should therefore never desire to be the cause of birth. Everything should be done in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of Krishna. Misers do not know how to utilize the assets of the richness which they acquire by good fortune or by hard labor. One should spend all energies working in Krishna consciousness, and that will make one's life successful. Like misers, unfortunate people do not employ their human energies in the service of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So we'll stop here. One more verse we'll take it and then stop. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrute tasmad yoga yuchasva yoga karma sukhaushalam.
Mataji, you're going very fast for the verse.
Wait. I'll go slow also. Don't worry. 3 times I do, na? First time fast. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrute tasmad yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Mostly in the schools they put this yoga karmasu kaushalam as if they are teaching yoga. As if they are teaching the art of work. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. This is the most important verse. The art of work. What is the art of work? Now what is yoga? We saw. Be equippized. What is art of work? Buddhi yukto jahatiha. Buddhi yukto. With your intelligence, yuktaha, connect yourself to Lord. That means devotional service. That is buddhi yukto. Jahati. Get rid of what? Ubhe sukruta dushkrute. Sometimes sukruti, sometimes dushkruti. Come out of all these good and bad results. Tasmad yogaya yujyasva. In this way you perform yogaya. In this way you perform devotional service. Come out of all sukruti, dushkruti, sometimes good results, sometimes bad results. Sometimes failure, sometimes success. Come on. Don't take the merits of your success. Don't blame anyone for your failure. Simple. Don't take the merits of your success. Don't blame anyone for your failure. Then that is art of work. Because generally, if success is there, we don't blame others. We take merits. If failure is there, we always put blames on others. So better is yoga karmasu kaushala. And no school teaches. In our nearby school, they have written yoga karmasu kaushala. Where they are teaching this. They don't teach. Materialistic schools, they don't teach this. Okay. Aruna, read the verse. Then Preeti is also in the office, I think. Okay. Aruna, read the verse and read the prophet.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrute tasmadogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. A man engaged in devotional service rates himself of both good and bad reaction even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. Purport. Since the time immemorial, each living entity has accumulated the various reactions of his good and bad work. As such, he is continuously ignorant of his real constitutional position. One's ignorance can be removed by the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita, which teaches one to surrender unto Lord Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction, birth after birth. Arjuna is therefore advised to act in Krishna consciousness, the purifying process of resultant action. Hare Krishna.
So any doubts in this? Any doubts you can ask. No doubts? understood all the verses very perfectly. Huh? Wow. Or everything must have gone over the head. So contemplate on today's verses. There's 5 verses or 6 verses we have taken. Contemplate. All the verses are interlinked with each other. Okay. So here we'll stop. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnav